Good evening. My name is John Andrews, and tonight I'm going to talk to you about the Yorktown National Battlefield Historic Site and its significance in the Revolutionary War. This site itself is part of a trifecta of historic sites in the southeastern region of Virginia, vicinity of the Hampton Roads area. The other two historic sites, the Jamestown Historic Site and the Colonial Parkway. So if you're not familiar where this is, it's just a little bit southeast of Richmond, on the peninsula that is bordered by the York River and the James River. In preparing for this, I utilized mainly open source networks, the National Park and site, and the American Battlefield Trust site. I also utilized some information found on the Army War College Online Heritage and Education Center. The reason I used open source and kept it generally broad was to ensure that if teachers were assigning this, no matter what level, the students would be able to have access to a wide range of information. So this site is good so you can see the research that can go into it and know that without a lot of work, you can find a plethora of information on the actual battle itself and on the site. So the significance of Yorktown, as most everybody knows, is the final battlefield or final major conflict of the American Revolution. It's where General Cornwallis surrendered his British Army to General Washington, marking the official end of hostilities in the American Revolution. This surrender really desynchronized the British Army at the time, who had, until this point, hadn't really lost a war, and so it was very troubling for them to lose their foothold in the colonies. So Cornwallis did not even show up to the surrender. When his soldiers were stacking arms, one of the drummers was playing "The World Turned Upside Down," which is a tune from the day. It just kind of signified the overall importance of the event, both for the American forces and for the British at their significant loss. Going into the actual battlefield side itself, so the terrain of the Yorktown battlefield is open to the public. It's national park. There are multiple trails for walking in the immediate vicinity of the final stages of the battle. There are some horseback trails. There are plenty of improved roads that you can drive cars or tour buses if that's if you come in. And the National Park Service, if they're coordinated with beforehand, are more than happy to lead tours or provide information or maps or whatever it is you may need. So it's very user friendly, typical for a national park, but very much they want the business, because the park itself usually isn't that busy. I've been there myself a couple of times, and it's not an overly packed park, so you can get out and actually explore and see things without just being shoulder to shoulder with others. Some of the stuff you can see, just off the top of my head, you've got Redoubt number 10, you've got the Moore House, you've got the Victory Monument, and there's a plethora of other things that are identified on the maps and are within easy walking or driving distance. They're on the battlefield itself. Two particular places that one should visit when going to this site is the Victory Monument and Redoubt number 10. Both of them from more of American purpose or the American ideal than from, say, an international student coming in. The Victory Monument, it symbolizes the blood, sweat, tears, all the turmoil that the American fighting soldiers went into trying to attain victory, and it finally coming to fruition there at Yorktown. So that monument erected there is a fitting place. It overlooks the York River. It's really a good fitting monument for the war effort itself and where it culminated. And the second one, Redoubt number 10, is really a tribute to the American fighting spirit. It's something that's carried forward even to this day. So without getting into a whole lot of details, the Redoubt was seized by American forces doing a night attack with unloaded muskets, only bayonets fixed. The leadership in charge of the assault decided to only use bayonets to maintain surprise and maintain momentum as well, so they wouldn't have their soldiers stopping to reload and shoot while they were seizing this final redoubt that the British held on the northern end of the battlefield. They did achieve their objective, and within about 30 minutes, American forces were able to overwhelm the British garrison there and helped really force the end of the battle itself. So overall, the historic site's an excellent place to go to learn about the dramatic ending to the Revolutionary War, and is a must-see for all students in history. Thank you. I look forward to seeing everyone's comments on this, and I look forward to seeing your posts as well. So with that, have a good night.